Hello everyone. Let's continue this fourth chapter, issue of equity shares. And in this video we are going to discuss about financial intermediaries involved in book building process. So the number of financial intermediaries involved in book building process are less well compared to the normal issue. That means when company is going for public offer, initial public offer, IPO of issue. So in that case a lot of intermediaries are involved, but here few financial intermediaries or financial officials are required for issue of shares through book building. So let's see who are those. First one, merchant banker as book runner. So merchant banker is appointed and he will do the function as a book runner. So merchant banker is appointed as the lead book runner. Other merchant bankers may be appointed as co-book runners. So merchant banker who is appointed first is called as lead book runner. Means merchant banker here he is called as the book runner. So and other merchant bankers are called as co-book runners. The lead book runner has the following responsibility. This means the main merchant banker will have the following responsibilities. That is advising the company in appointment of other book runners. So in appointing co-merchant banker, he will advise the company about it. Enabling the appointment of syndicate members. Syndicate members will do the function of underwriting. That means guaranteeing minimum number of shares. Minimum number of shares public offer ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ then those shares will be purchased by the underwriter. The same function is carried on here by the syndicate member. So syndicate member is appointed by the merchant banker. Then preparation and circulation of information memorandum among syndicate members. Information memorandum is a statement where the information about the company is included. So that document is prepared and it is circulated among syndicate members. Through the syndicate members, he is going to collect the information about the quantity and the price at which institutions are willing to buy. Institutions in the sense qualified institutional investors like mutual fund, insurance companies and other investors. So from them information is collected by the syndicate members about the quantity and price at which those investors willing to purchase. So that means how many number of shares they want to purchase and what should be the rate of those shares. So that information they are going to collect it from the investors. Means syndicate member is going to collect that information, then he pass that information to the merchant banker. So this information is required for determining the number of shares to be issued, means to determine the number of shares to be issued, and for price need to be fixed for the shares. So to fix the price and for determining the share number of shares to be issued, so for that purpose they require information from the investors. So that information is collected by the syndicate member. Preparation of a red herring prospectus, filing it with SEBI along with information memorandum. So red herring prospectus is a prospectus where entire information about the company is included except the share price about the company, about the number of, about the share now they are issuing. So every information is included in this red herring prospectus, but there will not be price included in it because the price is going to be decided later after collecting information from the, or after collecting opinions from the investors. Enabling the company to appoint other financial intermediaries like registrar to the issue, bankers to the issue, etc. So other financial intermediaries like registrar to the issue bankers to the issue are appointed on the suggestion of this merchant banker. Filing due diligence certificate with SEBI, declaring the satisfaction of all regulation. So he is going to prepare due diligence certificate, and in that certificate he is going to declare that he has followed all the regulations and the company has provided all the relevant information which is asked by him. So it is a type of declaration that he has followed all the regulations of the company while issuing shares to the public through book building. Determining the price band. After getting information from the investors, they are going to determine the price band. Means not after, before issuing shares to the public or to the investors, this merchant banker is going to decide that what should be the price. That means if they want to issue shares at rupees 150, so minimum rupees it is 150 and 150 to 200. So if that is a what price band, so 150 to 200, that price will be okay for the company as well as for the investors. In between, any price can be fixed by the investors. Means they can they are going to suggest that which price they want to purchase. So that price band, that means the range of price that will be selected by the merchant bank. So they are going to determine what should be the price band. Announcing the opening of the subscription list and arranging the graphic representation of bids received. So book building process, it's like a auction, so where you're going to bid for different prices. So here also investors are going to quote different bids. That means 150 to rupees 200, any price they can select. So investor mutual fund, they can quote for 160, another company or another institution that is going to quote for 170. So the price which is more demanded by many institutions, or the price which has more vote, that will be finalized. So they are going to show the graphical presentations of the bids received. The price which has highest votes, that will be finalized. Closure of bid collection. So that means closure of collecting opinions from the investors about the price. Allotment of shares through registrar after deciding the cut-off price. After deciding the cut-off price, that means the share price. So before they have already collected different price from different investors at which they want to purchase. Now out of that many prices, they are going to finalize one price, and that price is called, that share price is called cut-off price. So at that price share is going to be issued. So shares are allotted to the investors. Getting the shares listed on the stock exchange. After allotting shares to the investors and to the general public, later those shares must be listed on the stock exchange, and that is done by the merchant banker. Preparing the final prospectus and filing it with the SEBI and registrar of companies. So after allotting shares to the investors and after listing the shares on the stock exchange, finally merchant banker is going to prepare a prospectus. Actually has already prepared a prospectus, that is red herring prospectus. There one information is not there, that is share price information is not included in that red herring prospectus. Now he is going to fill that information, that he is going to mention the cutoff price or the price at which shares are issued. Then that information is filled in a statement, and that is called prospectus or final prospectus. And after preparing final prospectus, he is going to file that document with the SEBI and registrar of companies. So these are the functions that are carried by the merchant banker at the time of issuing shares through book building. Then syndicate members. The issuing company on the advice of merchant banker appoints syndicate members. Only those financial intermediaries who are registered with SEBI as underwriter can be appointed as syndicate member. So, the financial intermediary who are registered with the SEBI as underwriter, they can act as a syndicate member for a company. The syndicate members, they perform the following basic functions. First one, that is facilitating quantity assessment. From various institutions, syndicate members collect the various prices and respective quantities the institutions are willing to buy. So, syndicate member is going to collect information about the different quantities and different price at which investor they want to purchase shares from the company. Then he passes that information to the merchant banker, and merchant banker is going to decide how many number of shares going to be issued and what should be the price band. Then underwriting. So syndicate member carries the function of facilitating quantity assessment, and the second function is underwriting. They underwrite that portion of the shares which will be offered to the public for subscription. So minimum guarantee will be given by the syndicate member to the company. So he gives guarantee for minimum number of shares. So company, for example, it is issuing 10,000 shares. So he is going to give guarantee for 40% of the shares issued. That means he is going to give guarantee for 4,000 shares. He is assuring a company that public or the financial institutions or qualified institutional buyers, they will purchase minimum 4,000 shares from the company. If those shares are not purchased, then syndicate member is going to purchase that shares at the issue price. So the net offer to the public should be compulsorily underwritten, which is done by the syndicate member. Then collection of bid cum application forms. Once the public issue is open, syndicate member ensure the availability of application forms to the public. So syndicate member, he will ensure that application forms are made available to the public. They do this through their branch offices or through franchises. So syndicated members, they will be having their office or franchises. Through that, public or qualified institutional buyers, they can get the application forms of the company's shares. In turn, duly filled application forms are collected from the public and uploaded to the IT online system of a stock exchange. So those filled application forms are collected, then it is uploaded to the IT online system of a stock exchange. This will help the lead book runner to make available a graphic presentation of the details of bids received for the benefit of the public. So with that information, lead book runner, that means merchant banker, is going to prepare a graphical representation about the bids received. So different prices are quoted. So those information that are shown in a graphical presentation, so that public will be getting to know the price that are demanded by the different investors. Then third financial intermediary is registrar to the issue. The lead book runner helps the company in appointing registrar, who generally discharges the following functions. First one, appointment of bankers. Registrar helps the company in appointing bankers and opening escrow accounts for collecting application money. Registrar will suggest the company or advise the company about appointment of the bankers, and with the banker, company is going to open escrow accounts, and the application money which is collected, that are deposited to the escrow accounts of the company. Then printing and supply of forms. So printing, he arranges for printing application come bid forms and the red herring prospectus. So registrar to the issue, he will make arranges for arrangement for printing application come bid form. That means application forms and red herring prospectus that are arranged to print by the registrar to the issue. The same is supplied to various syndicate members and their branch offices. So the application forms and red herring prospectus are supplied to the syndicate members and their branch offices. Allotment. The net public offer portion of public issue is allotted by the registrar to the issue uh, to the retail investors in consultation with the lead book runner, the company, and the stock exchange. So, after getting demand for shares or after receiving applications for shares, in consultation with the merchant banker and the company and the stock exchange officials, a registrar to the issue is going to finalize that to whom how many number of shares going to be issued. Then other procedure. The registrar also arranges to credit the demat accounts of the allottees and dispatch allotment letters and refund orders. So finally, the investors to whom shares are allotted, to them shares are credited to the demat accounts of the allottees, and uh, the investor to whom shares are not allotted, to them refund orders are sent. So this is about the financial intermediaries who are involved in the process of issuing shares through book building. So only few intermediaries are involved here. Brokers are not involved because publicity is not required for book building process. Thank you.